Hello, and welcome to day 9 of my 30-day camera challenge. For those of you who don't know what's going on, please refer back to day 1 just to kind of give you an overview of the purpose of this challenge. If you don't feel like referring back to that video, essentially the purpose is for me to sit down, talk to the camera, and just be comfortable with talking. So up on my screen is the guide I've been using to give me different topics every day, just so I have a guideline of what to talk about. And today's video, which will be a little more serious, is to discuss a struggle. Now, the struggle I'm going to talk about is how do you describe it? The feeling of being the feeling of feeling left out is a big thing I dealt with growing up and even now. I've just always had a thing that if I was not intentionally invited somewhere and then someone, I don't know, so an example is that when I was in the 5th grade, over the summer, so I attended a Catholic school from 4th to 5th grade before attending the public school. And in between that summer, the girls in my class were all invited to a birthday party, and I was the only one left out. Then when I found out about it during the school year, I got told by the parent when I asked why wasn't I invited. They claimed, "Oh, well, it was due to the fact that it must have gotten lost in the mail." And my mom's like, "You could have called me. You had my number." So that was the first time I really felt like that I struggle that if I'm not invited, then I feel left out, especially by my friends, that if they start making plans and I'm not included, then I feel bad. That same year in 5th grade, there was another girl who had another party, and yet again, this girl's birthday was in December, and yet again, I was left out. I was told I don't know, I need to stay out of people's trash, but I ended up going to the garbage can looking for something, and I saw not a sticky note, one of those, Post-it notes, index cards, where another girl said to the other to not tell me about the party, and, and they were talking about how they're excited and how they were gonna get some kind of dress, for the event, and of course, I was like 10, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal. In middle school, that wasn't so much of an issue, because at that point, I was in a, class with like 800 kids, and it was just, you made your friends, and you just hung out with them in or outside of school. So yeah, that wasn't that big of a deal going into high school either, really. Like, I don't think I felt too left out of things. But at my job, there was an incident where we were setting up so we have our shops, won't get too into it, but we have shops, and so at corporate, which is where I work, we were setting up a mock of what the shops should look like so we know how to support them out in the field. And I was part of the initial setup to put that together. I helped with the initial stuff, but then when it came to them adding later stuff to that little room of what they were using that for is for demos for our shops, so they kind of have an idea of how the shops should look when it comes to their networking and stuff like that. And like I said, then I was just dealing with so they were having an after party after the whole thing was set up as a celebration, and everybody else on my team that had involvement got invited but me. Luckily, nobody on my team went because we have lives, but I felt kind of hurt that they didn't see me as a key person in building that, which was, it was a pretty big thing, pretty big project we had. Now, yes, I technically could have gone, but it's just in my head that if I wasn't invited initially, therefore I'm not wanted, so why am I going to put myself out there for that? And I don't think that's fair. Which, it sucks. It sucks feeling left out, and, I am working on this. Still in my head that if I'm not invited to something, there's no point in me going. I do feel bad just kind of crashing a party, but again, I am working on this, that if I get told, hey, yeah, last minute, hey, you want to go? we've invited you, then sure, maybe. It depends on the situation. I've had some events that my boyfriend's family might have, and I go through that whole thing of, should I go, should I not? And most of the time I do give in, because they just probably didn't think of me at first as an initial person to like be inviting, but then it's like, hey, can Megan go? Oh yeah, she's welcome anytime. So that's just what I'm working on personally. I am getting better about it. Again, like I mentioned, if I'm not invited initially, therefore I was not the intended party to be there. But, you know, it's fine. Not everybody has to like you. You know, you may not be on the top of everyone's heads. It sucks. You won't be liked by everybody. It is what it is. I am just getting used to that, but so I am going to conclude today's video. Oh my gosh, sorry. So that will conclude today's video talking about my struggle. If you guys do have any similar stories of feeling left out or just want to keep talking about it down in the comments, feel free to do that. If you guys do like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. So far, while I've started this series, I've had no subscribers, so I'm not even sure who's watching this at this point, which is a little disheartening. But it's fine. I'm just gonna keep going with my challenge, keep making videos, because it's fun. And anywho, I will see you guys in the next video. Adios!